Is Cuba facing a total economic collapse? Well, since the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro on January 3rd, the oil exports from Venezuela to Cuba have been completely shut off. Much of Cuba already suffers daily blackouts, including the capital Havana, where trash has reportedly been piling up because garbage trucks are running out of fuel. Now, new reports suggest Cuba has only enough oil to last 15 to 20 days under current demand. For years under the U.S. embargo, Cuba has relied heavily on Venezuela and Mexico for its oil supply. The U.S. is now reportedly pressuring Mexico to also stop its oil flowing to the Caribbean island. Earlier last week, Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum said her government would, for now, continue oil supply to Cuba after a temporary pause due to what she described as sovereign decisions.
And Cuba will be failing pretty soon. Cuba is really a nation that's very close to failing. They got their money from Venezuela. They got the oil from Venezuela. They're not getting that anymore.
Trump has said Cuba should strike a deal with the U.S. to avoid a total cutoff, but hasn't specified his demands. Meanwhile, it's unclear how a regime change could look in Cuba. The country has been under communist rule since 1965 without a strong opposition movement like the one led by Maria Corina Machado in Venezuela. In an expo celebrating the centenary of Fidel Castro's birth, Cuba's president wrote that the harshness of the threats against Cuba will not stop the country. At the same time, the state newscast has begun airing military exercises and showing soldiers training citizens to repel a potential invasion.